just don't believe that he's coming back one day. Oh no, do you?
Okay, Shalom. I want to begin by giving all praises and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shah, Ba'ashem Rakar Kwadash. This is the brother Lamadia, and I decided to put this video together watching one of the brother's videos that he done on a dream he had. And as I watched the video, a lot of things came to my mind in certain scriptures, and Lord willing, I'm gonna get into it. I'm gonna play certain parts of the video and go into scriptures based on what I see according to the vision. But before I do so, I want to first start with Acts 2:16, and it reads, "But this is that which was spoken by the prophet Joel, and it shall come to pass in the last days," and that's the time which we are right now. So the key point that it shall come to pass in the last days, save the Most High, I will pour out my spirit upon all flesh, and your sons and your daughters shall prophesy. And prophesy, as we know, means to say before. So you're gonna have dreams of events that are gonna take place in the future through the spirit of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah. And myself lately been having a lot of dreams, and when I have them, a lot of the times I don't know exactly what it means, but like maybe later on that day, the understanding may come to me of the dream, and scriptures may come to my mind, or the event might happen that may put the dreams together, and that's how I make it the understanding. So we understand that the Most High gonna start putting his spirit on people to have dreams of events that's gonna happen. And it says, and your young men shall see visions, and your old man shall dream dreams. And on excuse me, and on my servants and on my handmaids I will pour out in those days of my spirit, and they shall prophesy. So your woman might get a dream, your kids, your mother, your sister, whether in the truth or they're not in the truth, the Most High could give them a vision. In verse 19, and I will show wonders in heaven above and signs in the earth beneath, blood and fire, vapors of smoke. The sun should be turned into darkness and the moon into blood before the great and notable day of the Lord come. So now let's get into the dream.
Basically, it started off that we were all on a beach. When I say we, I mean mainly the different camps, Great Millstone. You know, the different camps from Chicago were all there, Dallas, the GMS Los Angeles camp, Mississippi. You know, we were all at a resort. Back in the world, I used to travel a lot to like Cancun, different places in Mexico. And this is what it reminded me of, you know, white sand beaches, you know, tropical blue water, you know, a nice resort. We were all there. And all of a sudden, we looked up in the sky and we started seeing chariots. Now, being out here in Los Angeles, chariots show up quite often, at least every other week.
So he mentioned in a dream about being on a tropical island with blue water and a lot of sand. So the first scripture that comes to my mind is Isaiah chapter 10 and 22. For though thy people Israel be as the sand of the sea, yet a remnant of them shall return. And the consumption decree shall overflow with righteousness. So he mentioned that was other brothers there with him at the beach. So from what I'm seeing, The sea, the sand represents Israel, and the waters also represents people, and the brothers represents the prophets. And they've been, the prophets has been teaching the word of the Most High for so long, and now we at the end. So real quick, let's go to Revelation 17 and 15. And he said unto me, the waters which thou sowest, where the horse sitteth, are peoples, multitude, and nation, and tongues. So just keep in mind that water or the sea represents people, and sand represents people. So let's go to the next clip.
And hitting these people, and you know, we start running, you know. So I heard one of the Akim say, we got to get to the room, we got to get to the room. So everybody took off running in the direction of the resort, and all the while these lasers are firing down on these people and completely incinerating them. And I didn't realize until later, after deep thought and really trying to analyze this dream, that the chariots were firing at these people, making a way for us to get to the resort, because it was all chaos, it was all hectic. But during the dream, I was scared, because there was people right next to me being incinerated, and like these pink bursts of just dust and salt would just hit me.
So in the dream, he mentioned how the chariots came and they were just blasting people, and people was instantly being dehydrated and turned to dust and salt. And he took off running. So now let's focus on the run part. Now this is Habakkuk 2 and 1. I will stand upon my watch and set me upon the tower, and will watch to see what he will say unto me, and what I should answer when I'm reproved. It says, and the Lord answered me and said, write the vision and make it plain upon tables, that he may run that readeth it. So the vision and the tables represents the scriptures. And it says that he may run that readeth it, because being in this faith is compared to a race. And it's not a race of speed or glory, it's a race of endurance. So we run a marathon, and our goal is to complete this marathon. This is Ecclesiastes 9 and 11. I returned and saw under the sun that the race is not to the swift, nor the battle to the strong, neither yet bread to the wise, nor yet riches to men of understanding, nor yet favor to men of skill, but time and chance happen to them all. So it's telling you that the race which we in is not to the swift. So the Lord's not looking for how skilled you are or how athletic you are. It's a race of faith.
And one particular brother from the camp, Yalad, you know, he was running directly in front of me, and as we were running, I could feel myself getting tired, and I kept wanting to stop. Like I kept telling myself that, you know, I'm not gonna make it. You know, I need to stop. I need to catch my breath. And through the spirit, this brother kept saying, hey, what are you doing, man? We got to keep going. We got to keep moving. Let's go. Let's go. And I remember almost arguing with him, like, man, I'm tired. Like, let me just catch my breath. And he's like, no, we got to keep going. We got to keep going. So I felt myself dig down, keep running. And somehow, you know, me and the brother made it back to the room. And as we...
1 Corinthians 9 and 24. Know ye not that they which run in a race run all, but one receiveth the prize? And again, the race represents us being in the faith. And he mentioned how he was losing endurance, he was running out of breath, and he felt like he wanted to stop. Now that represents the things we go through while we in this faith, and the hard times we undergo, the hell that we catch. Sometimes it may feel like you want to stop, but you always have a brother that may build up back your faith up, and you keep going and going. Because in the truth, you're not going to always be strong. There's going to be times that you're going to feel weak. Even Yahushua got weak at one point. And the scriptures say that the Most High sent an angel to strengthen Yahushua. Because this faith that we in is a battle. And Satan wants us to stop running and to fumble the word. But that's why we have a brotherhood, to keep each other strong. So now going back to the dream, he was running and he felt like he wanted to stop. But the brother was encouraging him, like, keep going, we're almost there. And the same thing what we do. We tell brothers, keep fighting. We're almost at the end. So I'm going to read 1 Corinthians 9:24 again. And it reads, know ye not that they which run in a race run all, but one receiveth the prize. And what's the prize? The prize is the kingdom. That's the reward for this race, or enduring the faith. So it reads, so run that ye may obtain. Obtain what? The prize, the kingdom. And verse 25, and every man that striveth for the mastery, striveth mean to fight. You're enduring. And it says it's temperate in all things. Now temperate means to be balanced. Now they do it to obtain a corruptible crown, but we an incorruptible. Now you look at the Olympics or the sports entertainment, like in basketball, some guys do things just to win the MVP or just to get a ring. And that's a corruptible crown or trophy. But we looking for incorruptible, things outside of this world. Things that's not going to never end. And is the kingdom. Verse 26, I dare so run, not as uncertainly, so fight I, not as one that beateth the air. Now in boxing, every punch is calculated. You're not just in the ring just throwing random punches. Everything have to do with timing and calculation. So in other words, we represent fighters that is trained. And what we have for this training is the scriptures. Every move we make is calculated, and we sure about what we're doing. We're not just in the ring and not sure we're going to win tonight. We in the ring fighting to obtain the kingdom.
And somehow, me and the brother made it back to the room. And as we went to the room, there was a large number 5 on the door. And I remember knocking on the door, and one of the brothers from the camp, Danyala, opened the door, and he was dressed in all white. And as soon as he opened the door, he saw me and Yalad, and he started, jumping up and down like, yeah, you guys made it, So we did the salute, he let us in the door, and all the while, people are still getting zapped by these chariots. So people saw that the countenance on us was different, I guess, because when they looked at us and saw us celebrating, they knew that they needed to get where we were. So a group of people tried to run into the room, like, we got to get where they are. We got to go to this room. Like, we got to go with those guys. And I remember Don Yalo looking out at them and saying, hey, if you can get in, then you can get in. but nobody could get through the door. The door was wide open, but it was like something was blocking them from getting in. And all the while, they were getting blasted by these lasers right in front of the door. And the door just closed by itself. It shut and it locked. And we can hear people screaming outside the room. And I remember looking across the room and seeing particular brothers from the camp. You know, Mawatazak was there, Barak, Dama'ah, Micah Allah, Zion, and they were all holding their Bibles and saying the Shema prayer in Hebrew. And it was just, it was a very intense, very scary feeling, because even though I was with the brothers, I could still hear the people outside of the room, you know, dying in agony.
So you mentioned as they was running, they finally made it inside this building. And inside the building, all the brothers was in there. And one of the brothers wearing white. And when he entered to the place, they was safe from all of the outside destruction. And people that was running to for safety, they seen that the brothers were safe in there. So they attempted also to try to get inside that safety place, but wasn't able. There was some type of a seal that was stopping them from getting inside. So now let's read Proverbs 18:10. The name of the Lord is a strong tower. The righteous runneth into it and is safe. And there go that word running again. So they was running and they found that place of safety. And that's where they found safety, which represents the name of the Lord. Because it's through the name of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua is how we're going to receive deliverance without faith. So let's go from there to Psalms 91. And then start at the top. And it reads, He that dwelleth in the secret place of the Most High. And what's the secret place? The secret place is the scriptures. What's attached to the secret place? The name of the Lord. Because the name in the scriptures have been revealed unto us, but to the ones that's in the world, that's not in the truth, is a secret unto them. So it says, He that dwelleth in the secret place of the Most High shall abide under the shadow of the Almighty. See, the word shadow, you get the word shade. And when it's ever, if you ever been outside during a heat wave, you're going to find a lot of people running in the shade, you know, trying to escape that heat. So in the dream, he was saying people was getting zapped by fire and they were trying to run into the shade. You know what I'm saying? But guess what? They couldn't, you know, they wasn't able to go into that shadow, onto that shade and escape the heat from the chariots. So we're going to be in that shade where we're not going to be burned up. So it says, He that dwelleth in the secret place of the Most High shall abide under the shadow of the Almighty. I will say of the Lord, He is my refuge and my fortress. My power, in Him will I trust. Surely He shall deliver thee from the snare of the fowlers and from the noisome pestilence. And the noisome pestilence is referencing towards the nuclear destruction. He shall cover thee with His feathers, and under His wings shall thy trust. Now, it references us as being young birds or eggs, and we're being protected by the mother, so to speak, because the way birds protect its young or its eggs by their wings. So we're going to be protected. And the Most High reference His feathers as being the chariots, because the Most High sent His chariots to protect his righteous, His elect. That's why I say in the scriptures that the pretty much how the chariots encamp it around those that fear the Most High. So I'm going to read on. And under his wing shalt thou trust. His truth should be thy shield and buckler. Thou shalt not be afraid for the terror by night, nor for the arrow that fly by day. And the arrows represents the missiles, of course. Nor for the pestilence that walking in darkness, nor the destruction that wasted at noonday. 1,000. Now the pestilence represents disease outbreaks. And it says the destruction that wasted at noonday. Now noonday represents the peak of Esau's rulership, because the sun reaches peak during the noon of day. Then after the noon, that's when the sun slowly starts setting, and the heat slowly, the temperature slowly start decreasing until the sunset. That's why Yahushua represents the new day or the morning star, because Esau's day is at an end. In verse 7, 1,000 shall fall at thy side, and 10,000 at thy right side, but it shall not come nigh thee. Only with thy eyes shalt thou behold and see the reward of the wicked. So with that, I'm going to close, and I hope this video is edifying. And again, I'm going to give all praises and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushua, Ba'ashem Rakab Kodash. And also, shalom to everyone that's sincerely in the faith of Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushua. Until next time, shalom.